Welcome all to the Serendib Aquatics. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most beautiful cichlid variety, called Apistogramma Viejita. This species is one of the so-called dwarf cichlids, a group known for their compact size and vibrant coloration. This fish is uncommon but popular among aquarists due to its iconic features such as coloration, small size, and unique spawning behaviors. This fish is categorized as a dwarf cichlid, and the price range will be changed largely according to the variety. Following these videos, you can gain much more knowledge about keeping and breeding this amazing Apistogramma fish. Here we will share our experiences, which we have while going through many more failed attempts until get successful results with acclimatization, keeping and breeding them. Here we talk about the origin, natural habitat, and classification of the fish, its appearance and behaviors, water chemistry that is compatible with raising Apistogramma Viejita, sex differentiation of Apistogramma Viejita, unique diet and dietary habits, and the most important and interesting part of the video, which is how we breed them without any issues. This video is a product that contains many more important points throughout the video. Please try to grab all the details in this video without missing anything. First, we will go through our intro. Now we will talk about the origin, natural habitat, and classification of Apistogramma Viejita. This amazing little fish is native to South America, primarily found in the upper Meta River basin of the Orinoco River system in Colombia. In the wild, they inhabit shallow, slow-moving waters, such as stream edges and flooded forest areas, often with sandy or leaf-littered bottoms. Their habitats are typically rich in hiding places, created by submerged wood, roots, and dense aquatic vegetation. They are benthopelagic, meaning they occupy both near-bottom and mid-water zones, but are often seen close to the substrate where they hunt for small invertebrates. Therefore, in a captive setup also, they like fine substrate and much more vegetated, clear, slow-moving water. Creating an appropriate habitat for Apistogramma Viejita involves providing a shade aquarium adorned with plenty of driftwood. Driftwoods gradually release tannins into the water and keep the water pH value at low levels, and also tannin will act as an antimicrobial agent. Dense vegetation creates a sense of security for the fish. Furthermore, maintain the aquarium with darker substrates, moderate lights and backgrounds can effectively accentuate the vibrant colors of these fish. The average lifespan in natural habitat will go 2 to 3 years, and it will increase up to 4 years in captive setups. Key factors influencing lifespan are water quality, diet, stress, genetics. Now we talk about the appearance of Apistogramma Viejita. Physical characteristics of the fish are typically grows between 4.6 centimeters, standard length, and up to 7 centimeters. Males are larger, more colorful, and have more extended fins than females. During spawning and brood care, females adopt a bright yellow coloration with distinctive black markings. The species is polychromatic, with several color forms present throughout its range. According to their behavior analysis, they are generally peaceful and shy, preferring to live in small groups and among dense vegetation. While they are sociable, males can become territorial, especially during breeding periods. But serious harm is rare if the aquarium is spacious and well structured. They are omnivorous, feeding on insects, larvae, zooplankton, crustaceans, and some plant material in the wild. In captivity, a varied diet including flake foods, freeze-dried or live foods, like bloodworms and brine shrimp, and algae-based flakes is ideal. It's best maintained in a pair in a separate tank setup if you wish to breed it, but a group could be maintained in a sufficiently large aquarium. The darker substrate will also often result in better coloration. Here you can see I use river sand for the substrate. Now you can see how the color of fish. It is amazing. They have the best colors I have ever seen in my life. Floating plants and driftwood diffuse the light and create a more natural habitat in my aquarium. They are jumpers if you do not put a 100% closed lid on your tank. They will jump out from your tank. Therefore, keep the tank closed on top. Now we will look into their tank mates. I recommend keeping them in a separate tank without any other tank mates. Most of the time in large tanks with very good hiding places, we can keep an adult pair or multiple individuals. From time to time, they will show aggressive behavior, but female fish will survive in hiding places. Apistogramma dwarf cichlids thrive in community tanks when paired with peaceful, non-aggressive fish that occupy different water layers. Ideal tank mates avoid territorial conflicts by swimming in mid to upper levels and sharing similar water parameters. Those are the fish that in top of the tank mate list. Mid-top dwelling fish. Neon, ember, cardinal and Loreto tetras add vibrant color and schooling activity without encroaching on bottom territories. Coral red pencilfish, Cenepa red pencilfish, Amaya red pencilfish and other varieties of pencilfish are calm, surface-oriented swimmers native to South America. Dwarf gouramis, harlequin rasbora, Chile rasboras, Asian rummy-nose tetra, rice fish varieties, and betta fish varieties also compatible. Silver or marbled hatchetfish, bottom-dwelling companions, Otocinclus catfish, Pygmy corridorus, red lizard whiptail catfish, L46 zebra pleco, scarlet baetis, tiger baetis, and blue baetis. Apistogramma will eat anything that's compatible with his mouth. Therefore, we can keep any large species that are not compatible with his mouth, like large shrimps and other fish varieties. You can see in my tank, they live with wild Neocaridina shrimp. But the only thing is, they will eat my shrimplets. Now we are talking about the water chemistry of their habitat. Apistogramma Viejita is very easy to care for. All you must do is replicate their natural habitat in your fish tank. Add a lot of live aquarium plants to replicate their natural environment. And using driftwood, multiple natural decorations can be added. The minimum tank size should be 10 gallons. The ideal water parameters for these fish are: water should aerate, thus we can use a sponge filter with aeration. Live plants and dim light may give the best appearance of a natural habitat. I used coconut shells to create some hiding places. Most of the time they like to go and hide under the coconut shell. But here this male fish likes to be under one side closed clay cave, which I use for the L471 dwarf snowball pleco breeding project. Water temperature is 24 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius, 75.2 to 82.4 Fahrenheit. Water pH, 4 to 6. TDS value should be 100 to 120, but can tolerate up to 140 TDS value. Can tolerate GH value between 3 to 6. When the temperature reduces to 24 degrees Celsius, 75.2 Fahrenheit, they will show more colors and activities also markedly increase. The system should be free of ammonia. Also, keep in mind, aquarium setup should be cycled for at least 1 month and should start a good nitrogen cycle inside the tank. Therefore, you should prepare the tank and introduce some hard fish such as guppy to the tank and feed them every day. Then your tank nitrogen cycle starts slowly and is established in the tank. Then it will adjust automatically for your quantity of fish slowly. Water should be tannin color. We are using Serendib Aquatics herbal tannin mixture to create tannin-colored healthy environment. This product contains 100% natural ingredients which can maintain good water conditions while adding tannins to the water. Here you can contact Serendib Aquatics for further information regarding this herbal tannin mixture. Now we are talking about sex differentiation. Apistogramma Viejita, like many species in the Apistogramma genus, exhibits sexual dimorphism, though the differences between males and females can sometimes be subtle, especially in juveniles or aquarium strains that may be interbred. Key differences between males and females. Size. Males are generally larger, reaching up to 7 centimeters, while females are usually smaller, around 5 centimeters. Coloration. Males tend to be more brightly colored, while females are drabber. However, color can be variable depending on mood, breeding status, and individual genetics. Fin shape and length. Males display longer and more extended dorsal and anal fins. In particular, male Apistogramma Viejita have very long dorsal and anal fins, that can sometimes extend beyond the base of the caudal. Body shape. Males are often more elongated, while females have a rounder, more compact body shape. Markings. Some sources note that Apistogramma Viejita males may have a shorter, wider, and more squarish lateral spot compared to closely related species, which can help with identification, though this is more useful for distinguishing species than sex. Behavior. During breeding, females become more territorial and display a more intense yellow coloration with black markings, especially when guarding eggs or fry. When we talk about juvenile sexing, sexing juveniles is challenging. At sizes below 3 centimeters, differences are minimal and unreliable. By 4 centimeters, fin extension and color differences become more apparent, making sexing easier. Subdominant males. In groups, subdominant males may suppress their coloration and fin development to resemble females, making sex even more difficult until social dynamics change. Now we will talk about how to acclimatize them to our aquarium. At first, my opinion is, when you buy fish, please select juvenile fish or a group of fish. They are easy to acclimatize to our water parameters. At first, you should have stabilized the tank for them. That means the tank should have been prepared at least 1 to 2 months before and have a well-established nitrogen cycle. Tank water parameters as mentioned above. When you receive the fish, check your water parameters and confirm that they are in the correct range. First, we should do temperature acclimation of the fish. Take the fish bag without opening it and put it into the fish tank where you are going to put the fish. Keep it half an hour. Then your fish bag water gets the same temperature as your main tank has, and your fish is already adjusted according to that temperature. At second, we should do drip acclimation. Open the fish bag and slowly put the fish with water into a small empty tank. Then put an irrigation line from your already prepared tank. That water drop rate should be 1 drop for 2 seconds. Observe the behavior of fish and lower the rate if fish get abnormal stress behaviors. Otherwise, keep the dripping until double the water volume in the tank. After your drip acclimation procedure, you can see the behavior of the fish. Then you can decide whether your tank parameters are okay or not to put the fish. If you feel okay, slowly put the fish into the prepared tank. Now, we will talk about the most important topic in this video. It is breeding Apistogramma Viejita. Before putting into the breeding tank, we should feed adult fish with live foods like mosquito larvae and live blood worms. It will help to make healthy ova in the female and keep up the strength of the fish. What we should do is make the natural breeding habitat for them. They need at least a 10-gallon tank for breeding. You can see I use some coconut shells for shade, but the other purpose I put those coconut shells is to give them shelter for their breeding behaviors. They prefer one-side open shelters for breeding purposes. Most of the time we use coconut shells, but you can use one-side open caves for it. Here you can see they are selecting the clay cave in my tank. Tannin color water and low pH with dim light perfectly match spawning behavior. When you select the male and female, you can put in this tank. They will settle in this breeding tank within 7 days. If they are okay with each other, you can see both are going everywhere. No territorial behaviors from each other. This is the initial behavior for breeding. Your male shows much brighter colors than previous. The female belly gets enlarged. Now this is the time for triggering the spawning. You can do a 50% water change late at night, and next day feed them with much more live foods than in previous days. I use fresh frozen bloodworms for it. Within the next 2 to 3 days, they will spawn. Initially, male and female clean the surface, which they already selected for spawning. Male Apistogramma initiates courtship by displaying vibrant colors and performing fin movements and displays to attract the female. When a female is ready to spawn, she becomes a much brighter yellow and may display her belly to the male as a sign of readiness. The female often lures the male toward the breeding cave or spawning location. After spawning, the female guards the eggs inside the cave, fanning them to keep them oxygenated and clean. The male typically patrols the territory outside the cave, defending it from intruders. Once the eggs hatch, usually within a few days, the female continues to care for the fry, fanning them and keeping them together. The fry becomes free swimming after about 5 days at which point the female leads them around the aquarium, offering protection and guidance. The male's involvement usually decreases once the fry are free swimming, but he may continue to defend the territory. Apistogramma females can become highly territorial and protective when guarding eggs or fry, often exhibiting aggressive or defensive behaviors. Males may become more vibrant and territorial during breeding, but generally, aggression is limited if the tank is large enough and provides sufficient hiding spots. First-time pairs may eat their eggs or fry, especially if stressed or inexperienced, but they often succeed in subsequent attempts. Conditioning with high-protein live or frozen foods, like brine shrimp or daphnia, is recommended to prepare the pair for breeding and improve spawn success. This is the whole story behind the successful keeping and breeding of Apistogramma Viejita without major issues. It is a very difficult task. You will go through many more failure attempts, but this video will guide you to avoid failures and go towards successful breeding. Thank you for joining Serendib Aquatics. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. I will try to reply to all comments. You can share your knowledge with others about Apistogramma Viejita. Put your experience as a comment below. Serendib Aquatics will see you in our next video as soon as possible. Hang on with Serendib Aquatics. If you think this will help you with your aquarium journey, please be kind enough to subscribe Serendib Aquatic YouTube channel for new updates.